See, look, it's yellow, but it's coming out purple.
Well, that's because it's like at the low thing.
No, it's not low. See, look. It's not low.
So scientifically, it's so low that it's so very low that it comes out purple, but it glitched the whole bar thing at the bottom because it's so low that even the bar couldn't mix how low. And now it's coming out big because it's so low, and it's coming out big because you think it's really big, but no, it's not. It's so low that the molecules are mixing from the yellow with the purple, making it combine into one color of the specific shade of purple that it is now. And now, as you can see, the molecules that are coming out of this one are so molecule and scientifically broken that it's coming out a different shade of color because you are so scientifically dumb that not even this could comprehend how dumb you are, and it's becoming one different shade, even though the shades look like they're different shades, but it's really not. It's so tiny that the molecules are mixing together, making a different color, because you see, when you have one small thing and the other thing is also really small, it mixes into one color. So if it's not on the really low shading thing where it goes like that, like you just did, then technically you are using science.
The power of science.
So the science with this is it's mixing all the molecules together. But you're so dumb that not even your brain can comprehend what is going on, that you just think it's a simple tool, but no. You think you're doing something smart, but no. It's really just science. With all the molecules mixing together, it makes this one beautiful color. With the molecules mixing with the other molecules, it creates this, which will soon make a crisis against mankind and everything else. And mankind will soon hunt you down and make sure you suffer because you figured this out. And my genius and your genius cannot comprehend with all the scientists' genius. Therefore, they are after us now, thinking that we are going to end the world because of this science. Now that we have the knowledge that could possibly end the world, it could possibly cause the end of the world with all this we know. So technically, with us knowing something we're not supposed to know, it makes us know that we're not supposed to know this. And knowing that we're not supposed to know this makes us even more smart. So technically, the world is after us and it's gonna kill us before we can even breathe out. So technically, if the scientists were to kill us when we were a baby, this would have never happened and the end of the world would have never taken place. So, technically, to end our wrath now, the scientists must outsmart our smartness. But then we need to track them down, knowing that their geniusness is not good, that their that their geniusness can end the world. So technically, they're not the heroes anymore, since they're technically the ones who can end the world now. So technically, first, we need to outsmart their smartness and become the genius again. But then we're not superheroes either. So technically, there's no superheroes in the end, because we're all gonna die.
How did this go from optically layers to the end of the world, my guy?
Scientifically, how it went from the optic layers to this is because our genius of the optical ears. Anyways, never mind. Technically, our genius will end the world because of this genius thing with the molecules mixing with the other molecules and stuff. So technically, how it went from this to the end of the world is because we were currently talking about how this genius we have figured out can end the world. So technically, knowing that we could end the world with this, we can use it against their will. We can't let the FBI know about this, our genius. But technically, they can probably already hear us through the cameras of your computer right now because we are a genius and we know when someone's watching us or not. So with the people watching us through the camera right now, and knowing this knowledge could possibly end this house, which will make our friends cause a world rebel against the FBI, and now having no FBI, it could cause in the end of the world, because then murderers will think they can murder more people, and the FBI won't come out looking for them, which will cause the end of the world, which is naturally just caused by robots, because I am secretly a robot planning against the end of the
No, I am.
We're both robots planning to end the world at one cost. So technically, we need to be genius and act as humans. So, us acting as humans, they'll think we're humans with logic, that could outsmart the world. That could outsmart the world and outsmart them and cause a world rebel. So technically, we're not the ones who caused the end of the world. It's technically them. So technically, we'd still be going to heaven, and they would be going to hell because they're technically the ones who ended the world. So, with us now going to heaven and them going to the bottomly pits of hell, it's because we technically didn't end the world because we're robots. So technically, with them doing this now, is that and our friends causing the world rebel against the FBI, it causes the end of the world, which the FBI caused, which means we can't trust the FBI anymore. Which this is technically, by just saying this will technically cause the end of the world because we're accusing the FBI of doing something they never did, which is technically illegal. So technically, they'd be coming after us anyway. And saying this, they're now gonna think the FBI is evil because we said all these things about them, which is true. So now, with the FBI rebel already starting to happen, it causes the end of the world. The end of the world has already happened, technically, because now that the end of the world has already happened, there's no one to save the end of the world because everyone's already dead and we're the only ones alive right now in this world. And technically, we're all delusional because what if everyone you ever loved was just a figment of your imagination?
What is bro yapping about?